the downed airmen rescued from behind enemy lines in Iran after U.S. forces carried out that massive and risky mission to save him. We're joined now by former intelligence officer and host of Newsweek's Unconventional, Naveed Jamali. He's also the author of How to Catch a Russian Spy. Naveed, it's great to have you here. Let's draw on your intelligence experience here and what role intelligence agencies and the intelligence community played in this situation.
Well, I think, Jessica, the first part is that they're going to do what's known as ISR, which is literally looking over the battlefield, helping find the downed pilot, find the downed crewman, all the way up to, there's been reports of the CIA launching a deception operation to fool the Iranians as to where the actual operation was happening. So, full spectrum, it is something that is closely tied to combat search and rescue, or CSAR. And there's no doubt that those intelligence platforms played an important role in the outcome of this operation.
Yeah, and you mentioned that deception campaign, which is pretty incredible considering too how quickly it had to play out.
For sure. I mean, look, talking about speed, I think it's really important to acknowledge something really important here, which is the combat search and rescue community. You know, whenever there is aircraft flying, especially in theater, there is going to be a combat search and rescue element. I had the chance to fly with the 176th wing of the Alaska National Guard last week. They specifically focused not just on CSAR, but they actually rescued people in Alaska. And I got to see how a combat search and rescue operation actually takes place. And you talk about speed, the people that are going to be on scene the first are those CSAR components. We've seen video of aircraft flying. That is likely part of this rescue triad. And the reason that they're there is for exactly this moment. And I mean, they're just amazing human beings, amazing Americans. I'm so proud of what they do, and it's just amazing to see this work kind of come to fruition with a positive outcome.
Yeah, we are very lucky to have them and are grateful for their service indeed. Talk us through the preparation that goes into this and what really stood out to you being with them.
So the preparation this is something they do 24/7, right? This is in their DNA. Their motto is these things that we do so that others may live. Unlike other traditional, and I've covered a lot of military elements from B-2 stealth bombers to ICBM missiles, the big difference between the combat search and rescue community, they're not offensive weapons. They're not there to conduct combat operations. They're literally there to rescue people. And they will do anything up to moving heaven and earth to make sure that someone comes home on a bad day. So the call would come out like this: unlucky jet. Unlucky jet is the saying. That means a jet is down. 2 good shoots. Then they're going to launch. They're going to launch before the information is actually passed. So they run to those planes. They run there before the enemy does. And then they're going to, when we were there, we saw them jump out of a plane with a parachute to go. And these are highly trained, medically capable, personnel. Their job is to stabilize the wounded patient and then move them to extraction. So while they are armed, Jessica, the point here, their focus is on rescue. And I just want to add one final thing to that. You know, we talk about saving the lives of these 2 American pilots, and that's amazing. But there's something else that came out of this, and that is de-escalation. Look, I think every American, whether they believe we should be in Iran or not, would not tolerate an American airman being paraded for propaganda by the Iranians. And I think that had that happened, had this rescue mission failed, things would have ratcheted up pretty quickly in Iran. This gives everything a strategic value to sort of kind of come down a little bit. So besides saving those lives of those 2 airmen, these rescue personnel may have de-escalated and helped keep the war at this level and not here.
All right, Naveed Jamali, thanks for being here. We appreciate it.
Thank you.